All right, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hell yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Site Anchorman podcast. We have a special episode on a Wednesday before playoffs. We're going to be going through some playoff brackets today. We're going to be talking to representatives of each team. Hopefully, there's a ton of shit talk and otherwise good content. We got some great brain rot, too. So,
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
New
Deckle,
brain
take us
rot.
through our guest list. Go
oh
ahead.
man, we got I won't say the franchise, I'll just say the people. We got Cybo Pig, we got Dirt Slurpee, How, Quang, since no one from H4K wanted to talk, losers. Uh Green, we got Laws from Green, LW, Please More, Raw, Rose, uh TJ, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his full name, and Worries. So it'll be a good show. But I
We
think we're
got
gonna
some yappers.
start with some playoff brackets now that they are finalized.
Huge.
Yeah, well,
Our
maybe
playoff
I gotta
brackets.
get I get the brain rot going, fellas. Let me go.
Verx didn't do his playoff bracket.
I'm
No,
doing
I
it right now.
Oh my God, dude.
Deckel didn't do his predictions.
do you
Yeah, I
want to do
did.
it off the pred sheet or you want to do it
Not
off
not
the?
on the pred sheet. The
Oh.
playoffs one. Let's do playoffs one.
Oh, it's only three. I got this.
Didn't commit to the name. I think we should make Deckel commit to saying TJ's name.
Oh. The
The jet
jet
ski?
jet jet ski? Actually,
The
yeah.
jet ski?
The jet ski.
Uh I'll wait for him to come in and correct y'all.
It's the jet ski, you know?
And just call him jet ski. He loves that.
He does.
We're filling out like the whole playoff bracket?
I don't know. I got my
Oops.
whole thing. Maybe I
Yeah,
won't
I think
spoil that, but
Okay.
Alright, we'll just scroll, we'll just skip Verx for now and let him
Yeah.
do his.
all right.
Rich is next on the sheet.
So I got start at play-ins here. 7-8 game OS DRG. Tough one to be honest with you. A rolling OS team, new roster. They got Moses, who's guaranteed to get a 1 rating every match. Scary in a best of 1, I think. Versus DRG, we got our Rose here finally. Off I believe a fresh win off of UPS. So I mean, to me, I look at that. I'm like, quality of schedule recently, probably DRG. So I'll take DRG. In for the 7th seed there over OS. 9-10 game, Gas, H4K. Gas, listen, no disrespect to the Gas players, but I just don't see it. I'm going to go with Tony J and H4K, taking that 9-10 game. And then for the 8th seed decider, I'm going OS over H4K just because I think, I don't know. I think they're going to pull it off. I don't know if Tony J can do it 2 games in a row. So,
Yeah, disregard how he's been doing it all season, but he
yeah.
definitely can't do it 2 days in a row.
No, definitely.
Can't do it on a rainy Tuesday night in Stoke.
I finished my thing.
Okay,
So I'm ready to yap.
do it.
Have at it then.
Hey, I mean it's kinda close, but the only thing different is what? I have gas instead of OS. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they could take a map off UPS there. I'm starting way too far left. Let's go back to the play-ins. OS gets shit on by DRG because they suck.
How do you have gas in H4K, brother? What?
Oh, sorry. Oops. I meant OS. All right, there you go. Now it's better. So OS lose. You know, I don't have any further comment on that issue. Spence, you can take that if you have any questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah, I do, but I'll hold them.
Gas shit on H4K. Tony J can only do so much. You know, they finally got something rolling, I think. I like that roster on paper. I feel like they can go do something instead of just bouncing out. That puts DRG against HR. I don't think they take a map over HR. HR just solidly win that series. UPS Gas, I think Gas could probably take a map. It just depends on what maps it goes to, just because both styles of play from both teams could line up. BSACA, You're giving me a week to prep for BS. I'm okay. That's a 2-0. Sav ATL, I think that'll be close just because their map pools line up, but Sav pull it out because ATL are frauds. Us versus UPS, already beat them. We'll do it again. Easy. Sav HR, Sav. I don't know. This is the one I was hesitant about. I think it can go either way, but I'm leaning Sav. No disrespect to Rich Money, but
It's all right. Deckel's my father. It's okay.
and then obviously, there's bias, but I have us beating Sav, so because I own Deckel. There you go.
All right, yeah,
Cool.
I pick my brackets like I do for March Madness. I know that I'm gonna be
Flip a
wrong,
coin.
so I just go ahead and pick with my heart, knowing that it's probably cooked anyway. I'm hate picking against OS after last night. You know, so I'm picking DRG. I guess they beat us too, so it's not really much of a hate pick. But I think that Gas and DRG both make it through. I think DRG is getting slept on a lot. I think they're with Stacky in there, dude. They're a good team. And Bear Shark off the optimal amount of substances. I'm purposefully like cognitive dissonance on what happened last night, Verks. So I'm just not even taking that into account.
Why not?
Because it doesn't fit my narrative.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna ignore it.
Gotcha.
We got UPS. I want you guys to beat UPS in that second round. I think Eric and friends will at least take a map off y'all though. I think Cybo and friends probably take a map off of us. We get our revenge on DRG, who beat Rich Money. Only because, dude, whenever you're picking a March Madness bracket, you gotta have like an underdog team make it a little further, right?
You do.
But why not ATL?
Nah, it's probably Gas over UPS.
I would
It's
be
actually
so hyped for that.
It's actually possible because there's a crack in the armor now, so it's not crazy.
And then we beat Verks in the finals, and Verks doesn't own me anymore. I'm free of the shackles. I'm out of the dungeon. And we can play 7 maps. It'll be fun. Spence, your turn.
Cool. All right. So, Declan, I'm actually very glad that you chose against us because I just checked back in predictions, and every time you picked OS, we lost.
Oh, no way.
So, appreciate it. Yep.
Change it.
So, fuck you. Nope, not allowed anymore. I'm actually locking the sheet. So, I have OS over DRG. Contractual obligation there.
Yep.
H4K over Gas. I think Tony J is just too good. DRG H4K. I think Rose has an absolute heater in that play-in beats H4K. I really, really wanted to take DRG over UPS. I said this to Rich before we started going, but I don't think that DRG can do enough. I think they're going to take a map. I think they're going to keep one close, but I don't think they have enough. Aka over BS. Verks has shown that he's a fucking nerd. Decides to take days off of work at a time just to demo review in a free to play video game just to make sure he wins. I get it. Bro wants to be like me. He wants a trophy so bad. Cool. So they get a 2-0. I really like ATL. I think they're too hit or miss in a best of 3. They could easily show up and just obliterate Sav, especially with some stuff that happened yesterday. If that keeps going,
What you're talking about?
if you don't, I can clarify for you.
Sorry, my internet's bugging out.
And then another contractual obligation. I have OS over HR. I think people are sleeping on this OS team. They've looked pretty good the last couple games. We talked a little bit with them after the ACA game about making some adjustments. Everything looks pretty good. UPS ACA. Deckel said it. UPS has not looked the way that they started the season, losing to DRG and ATL. So give Verks time to prepare again. Bro's not going into work for at least another 2 weeks.
He's not
Aka
working
takes the
after the
upset.
game. That's amazing. Actually, you say that after the match, he's not working, just to keep prepping.
Exactly. It's prep, play the game, go take a shit, eat, prep.
Love it.
That's Verx's entire schedule. On the other side, I have OS 2-0ing Sav. Um,
Crazy work,
we
bro.
we we
Like,
saw
you're
we saw it on
smoking
Tuesday,
crazy shit.
bro. Just slapped him around a little bit on Nuke yesterday, so it's gonna happen again. Already know that they're gonna try and pick train into us, and it's gonna be a free 2-0. And then Verx is still my bitch, even
No
though I'm
way,
not on
dude.
OS anymore as a player. Verx is 100% still my bitch, and I will take off work to counter strat his ass if they make it to the finals.
Jesus
And
Christ,
when
bro,
I've
that's
counter stratted
crazy
Verx, he has
work.
never won.
Dude, double you hating, honestly.
I'm so here to hate Verx. Anything I can do to make sure that him or UPS don't win trophies, I'm here for.
Christ, bro.
Is this
Hey,
the
do you
most
remember when
cooked
we?
bracket right here, or no?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, this
100%. Yeah.
bracket is so cooked. Remember when we
Oh,
13
just
0'd
wait.
you on train in preseason?
Yeah, remember that was preseason?
Nope.
You were on the
Hey,
It's
do you
roster
very.
know?
still.
That's only like
Hey,
6
Deco,
minutes. It's only
you
like
know what?
6 weeks ago, dude. That's
Hey,
very
hey,
recent.
Deco, you know what's crazy is the
What?
guy who went triple negative is now on your roster.
Well, look, we repurposed him
So
from coal into
and
diamond.
we repurposed our team into a team that's actually half decent on train.
Yeah, by cutting you.
I was the best train player on the team. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I think you were the only one that went positive that
I
game.
was. All right. Um, should we go over really quickly season rankings for Pick'ems throughout regular
Yeah.
season solely because I'm in the lead. That's who
Oh,
I am.
no way.
Fuck you.
Hey, I do want to say round of applause for Verx. He won his first week.
It's
Hey,
true.
He
I was
won his
almost
first.
flawless, bro.
Yeah, won his first week. Won both match days. Congratulations, good sir.
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm clapping.
We have Verx on 26. Our guests on 28.
All right, bro.
Tied with Deckel.
Let's
And then we have
go.
Rich on 31 and myself on 33. Both myself, Rich, and Deckel are on a 3 or more average per match day. Verx is down at 2.75, and our guests, because they missed match days 2 and 3, are on a 4.17 average, which is crazy.
Dude, our guests are
It's carried by
cooking, bro.
Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Just like
actually
Honestly,
BS.
Eric killed it.
Yep, just like BS.
True.
All
All right, should we go ahead and bring in our first two guests and get the Yap session started?
Yeah,
Let's do
so
it.
first ones we're doing our bottom two teams for the season, unfortunately. So we'll bring the reps in, we'll give the intros, and then jump scare warning. I'm swapping over to the video cam right now, fellas.
Oh,
So,
love.
The video cam.
yeah, whatever it
Oh,
is.
we haven't been on cam that whole time?
Well, no, I had the brain rot going, dude.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Brain rot. Alright, I will drag them over.
Ooh.
Laws. And where's Grand Raw? There he is.
There he is. The 1v3.
All right, welcome, Laws and Raw.
Hello.
Really quickly, would you like to introduce yourselves and then we'll get into kind of some of the conversation?
Yeah, I'll
Go ahead,
start.
Laws.
Bottom of the standings. Why not? We'll go for it.
Hell yeah.
I'm Laws. I'm an AGM for Greenhouse, and obviously in Chally on the Lotuses, and I was IGLing and opping as I do, and I won a trophy in season 12, and that was my peak in life, and it's just all been downhill from there. I think so.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, well, that's him. As you can clearly see from the video here, Grand Raw. I'm like 90 years old. I have kids. I have more cats than kids. I started the season with the newly formed old ATO franchise,
God.
the Starling Corporation. Started off as IGL op. Gave up IGL leadership halfway through the season after some much needed changes, and unfortunately still ended losing out because Copium, everybody changed their roster because they were scared of us.
Mood.
Wait, that's actually banger copium.
So speaking
Appreciate it.
of roster changes, Ra, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to go back and do your roster changes over, who would you choose instead of Cash?
Well, it wouldn't be Cash. I would immediately
Right.
cut myself, and I'm sure they would
No,
do
no, no,
fine.
no, no. Cash is definitely the problem.
Cash was not the problem.
So
We only
so
had 3 days to play with Cash, and they were all
Fair
game
enough.
days. So
so I did want to talk a little bit. Obviously, TSC, y'all made some roster changes. GRN, y'all kept, I believe, the same roster the entire season. So kind of wanted to get y'all's thoughts on why TSC y'all made the roster changes and why you did it when you did it, and then GRN, what were y'all's thoughts going throughout the season keeping the same roster?
okay,
Yeah,
well
I
I'll
mean,
start.
start us out. Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
Let's go for it.
God, so what day did we actually make a roster change? It was after like match day 5 or something. It was kind of deep, realistically, into the season already. So we made a roster change after a really aggressive loss to a cybernetic hog on a map that we were relatively comfortable on.
Fair enough.
The issue was we weren't really melding as much as
Mhm.
we hoped we would. Um, and we had a player that asked to be cut. And it kind of made the opportunity easier to try to figure out what we were going to do.
Gotcha.
We brought in Dingus, which realistically wish we
My
had
goat.
Dingus from the start.
My goat.
I mean, he's a super solid player. He came in, he did literally what was ever asked of him without ever complaining. Super solid fragger. He was really good on CT side too, which is something we desperately needed if you looked at our stats across our players. And then we had a couple wins while Doodle was out of town. We had 1 win and 1 loss. Unfortunately, the loss to Akko over there that thinks they would have 13-0'd us.
I
You
still
know, we
believe
just we just didn't play as we wanted to going into the game. And then we made another roster change where we cut track and brought in just hopefully more firepower because we saw a downward trend at least, and then we thought hopefully just someone that had better stats than track at the time could bring us some sort of win. Realistically, we kind of box track all season, unfortunately. Nothing against him or anything like that, and we just didn't have the time to try to like we practice like never. Realistically, we almost never. I don't think we played as a 5 all season. Realistically,
Nice.
due to everybody having difficult scheduling, and I think Track would have been probably just not in his preferred roles going into the season. He did want to opt, but as an old man that literally needs crutches to walk around, I wasn't handing that over. So
Fair enough.
um,
As you do.
yeah, and it didn't end well, unfortunately. Like I said, the last 4 teams we played all made roster changes to become better, which is reasonable. But unfortunately, we played the harder teams earlier on, and the worst teams got better. So
Fair enough. So I don't know how much involvement you had in the whole cash move, but was there a reason y'all went the trade route instead of just looking for an FA?
we
there
did.
wasn't a
We did
trade.
trade.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
there
we did
wasn't a
trade.
trade.
Oh, it
with
was.
us.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I
No,
was
no.
thinking of the whole nightmare situation. Never mind. Disregard me. All right. Laws.
Yeah, I mean, so we stuck with, as you said, we stuck with the roster the entire season. I think it was kind of one of those, you don't realize it's going south until it's a little too late in certain
Mhm.
situations. I mean, obviously, Spence, you've been in the league for a very long time. That certain rosters, you kind of get like weird glimmers of hope where you feel like, all
Mhm.
right, this could actually still be really solid.
Yeah.
We know we brought over Mr. Miter and Faded, who I, with myself were on the team last season in contender, and obviously with the tiers shifting, we kind of felt confident about that, and we were looking to draft some players with a bit higher MMR, a little bit more firepower to kind of round out the roster, and just the way that preseason went, it didn't quite fall the way that we wanted it to. But we'd also promoted Alex. I think his name's like Alexander over Alex
Mhm.
whatever in CSC. But and just a strong contender player that we knew could have some really good moments if we brought him up. And obviously rounding out the roster, we picked up Wizard, and so being that I'm calling and as I'm an AGM, I was feeling pretty confident in our pieces. Right, you got to go into the season feeling good. Our first match of the entire season is against UPS. We lose 13-8. It's one of those where you say, all right, I mean, they're probably a really good team. UPS is consistently a great franchise. They're extremely, how do we put this in a way without actually claiming anything?
Fringe?
They are very, their players happen to be in the perfect tiers for them to get trophies. Is interesting at times, but they,
Are you
they,
openly accusing Kigo of
no,
manipulating numbers?
I didn't say anything at all. No, no, no.
Say it with your
If you were,
chest.
I'd join you in that. Yeah. So if you want to say it with your chest, I'll join you.
No, we'll get we'll talk as we get on, but we played Drakes in match day 2 on the map. We just lost 13-8. We win. We play Argonauts. Same thing. Mirage 13-7. So we're in this kind of range where 4 games in, we're 2-2. We beat the Masters. We beat the Drakes. I'm thinking, all right, Argonauts and UPS, they're both good teams. We go to overtime in the next match against BS, right? Like you're feeling okay, we have something here, right? And then we lose to Emu. No offense here to to Rob, but it's like I think you guys at that point were struggling, and we then lose 13-3. So we're kind of like thinking, all right, this is not great. It's trending downhill. But then again, an overtime game against OS, right? And then right around, I think it was the last 3 match days, Faded was actually out of town, and so we had to sub for the last 3. And it's at that point, do you bring in a sub or do you bring in a new player where you only have 3 matches left? And so we just decided to go with the sub route, and all we need to do is win 2 of the last 3. And no offense to H4K or Gas, but we thought those were pretty, bring in a good sub, shoot some heads, we should be all right. And we lost all 3 of them. So it was pretty disappointing end, I will say, obviously, H4K, the second regulation match that Tony J plays, he comes back after not playing Counter Strike for an entire month and destroys us. That was a little disheartening.
Yeah,
We had
that-
That's
Antonio.
what I'm saying.
If you guys know Antonio Fonson, we had Antonio subbing for us, and Antonio is a
Mhm.
very good IGL. To the point where he's calling extremely well in ESEA, and he's also a pretty good shooter. I thought that's a good sub to bring in. We lose 13-5.
Oof.
And then we had him sub the other day against Gas, and same thing. I think we kind of probably should have avoided Dust too, but 13-6 against a Gas team that we really didn't think was gonna, give us the fight that they did. So it was just one of those where I think we started off pretty okay, got a little shaky, and then obviously we last 3 matches, we just kind of had to do what we had to do with the pieces that we had with Faded being out. So it felt like we definitely could have been in the playoffs if we'd obviously won 2 of the last 3, or even if we'd won against Gas. I think
Mhm.
with the head-to-heads we had an option of being in, but it just me personally struggled a little individually, and it just kind of fell apart. So yeah, I just think
Gotcha.
Wanna step in for a second? TSC really needed GRN to win that game because that would have actually given us the head-to-head,
yeah,
and we would have been in the play-in. So it's actually no cope,
Completely
all
your
GRN's
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
and
mean,
even
you just win
GRN,
your
blame
game and
laws
you get in,
specifically,
it was one of those
Agreed.
where I think if I forget the exact logistics of it, but I was just focused on winning. But if we won, I think it was if we won and you won, or maybe it was if we won, you lost. I forget. But like, there was a chance with the head-to-heads how it worked out that we had. But we kind of knew after we lost against H4K and obviously the card counters in our second to last game that it was kind of chalked. But it just sucks to kind of finish 2-9 after being 2-2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Matches. Yeah,
Uh,
not a great feeling.
so let's go ahead and move into playoffs. I don't know if Rich, we can get a bracket up on the screen or something so they can
Yeah,
see it. Go ahead and get y'all's predictions for the play-ins, and then if y'all want to talk your shit about the rest of the bracket as well. Whenever Rich gets this pulled
Hang
up, we'll
on.
be able to.
Yeah, I'm a dipshit, so it takes me a second. Here we go.
Fair enough.
This guy.
There you
Holy,
go.
look at all that brain rot, dude. It's beautiful.
Holy shit.
All right, I'll start. I guess.
Look at that.
Let's go with the play-ins. No offense to the current company or Sainted, but I
Offense
think
taken
DRG
already.
is ramping up hard, so I think DRG takes that. I'm also actually going to give Gas the win here over H4K.
You're so
Tony
based.
J
I love it.
is smurfing hard over here, but I don't think. I mean, they almost lost to us. Come on. I don't think they win that one, and then I'm going to give DRG over Gas. Actually, they don't play. I'll give OS over
Yeah.
Gas. There you go. Again,
So
no offense to Penguin flops or anything, but I think just for a pure amount of time, OS has more cohesion probably than Gas.
nice. Do you
Alright.
want to go ahead and finish out your playoff, or do we want to get Laws his play-ins first?
Let's look at the play-ins. We're kind of pushing up on
All right.
time here, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can do plans. We can do plans. So I'm taking H4K as someone that got their something clapped by Tony J. I think that this guy is smurfing unreal. I mean, the guy has not played. Like, if you check his Leadify, which I have because I'm salty, is he has not played CS in like a month. Like, I watched him in contender combines like 2 seasons or 1 season ago. The guy's like a decent contender player. Goes away for a month, gets something downloaded on his computer, and now he's shitting on our tiers. So I don't know, man. That guy I think is going to carry pretty far into playoffs if he consistently plays well. I know second to last game he didn't have a good one, but and then again he drops a 1.5 the other night. So I mean, I think that guy is going to be, the more and more he's playing, he's, you got to think that he's going to do well. And then OS, I'm sorry, Spence, but I think just on the standpoint that you guys have
Ouch.
very similar. I mean, I think you guys beat them on Inferno, but it was a close game. I think the map pool kind of leans more in the direction of DRG, and also just from a pistols standpoint, you guys have the lowest pistol percentage. They
I
have
don't
a
know what they're
higher
doing there.
pistol. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Drake's have the highest pistol percentage, or similar, not
No.
highest, of course not, because
EPS does,
CPS exists and whatever, but they have a higher pistol percentage than you. And I think that just with CS2 and the economy and how Chilled plays as well, I think Chill Pyro is a very good asset on that team.
Mhm.
I think that you guys unfortunately will struggle. And then I have
Fair enough.
H4K Tony J smurfing his way into playoffs.
Cool.
All right.
Keep going. I'll say
Rest of the
go.
boys. I was about to say, do we have time or?
Nah, I think we gotta move on. So
Stab up.
All right, really quickly, give us your tier winners, and then we'll call
Sav.
it there.
I'm calling Sav winning. Yeah, Sav, ACA in the final.
All right, Laws, what you got?
I think ACA is on the down. I'm sorry about that. I think Sav HR
smart.
final could be it. And I think I have High Rollers taking it, to be fair.
Sav HR on the same side of the bracket.
Not
No,
never
we can call
mind.
that the final. We can
that's
call
the
that the final.
that's the real
This
final.
guy.
That's the real
I think
final.
then, because they're on the same side, sorry about that, then I would say probably UPS HR final, HR taking it.
All right.
That's my guy,
Well,
Lost. That's my guy.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Thank you two for hopping on. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see y'all play for the rest of the season, but I'm excited to see what y'all bring next season.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to miss
Guy
watching us.
glazing us at the end. They're not missing it. No.
All right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate
Cool.
it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
fellas.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll grab I'll grab the next guys. So next up, we're grabbing seeds 5, 3, and 4. So I'll pull
Why'd you
them
say
up.
it like that?
I don't know.
5, 3, 4.
I was trying to count it out in my head.
You know who you're grabbing?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, dog, don't let dirt in here.
There we go.
Hello.
Dirt, get
there
off
we
turn
go.
off.
This is what I was waiting. Now this is gonna be a good little segment.
For sure, for sure.
Oh, we got the whole face cam squad. Deco, you feel left out now?
Oh,
Wait, no.
Jesus.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You ready?
It's gonna
Go.
take me so
You finally get it. You
Oh,
finally
let's
get it.
go.
Let's go.
All right,
Oh,
Deco,
yeah.
I see you. Wait, I need a different pair of shades.
Dude, I'm not even gonna worry about the names. I was trying to do names for everybody, and I'm just gonna pull them all off because with the face
Yeah,
cams, it's just gonna
take
be
them all off. It's
impossible.
okay. Just a bunch of dudes being dudes.
Fellas, welcome.
Do I have sunglasses?
So glad to have everyone here. So we've got seeds 3 through 5. A lot of you are on the same side of the bracket. Obviously, we've got Sav on the HR side with us. But kind of wanted to just like start it off. We'll kind of go from the top here. end of season shakeups. I know there was kind of like a lot of movement really between these teams. Obviously HR, and I'm going to keep glazing my boys here. We ended up with the 2nd seed, straight up through record, but we actually ended up losing to Sav pretty handedly. And so, different things go different ways. Maybe we lose to Big Slime in that last match, and this looks a whole bunch different. But
Let me interrupt you real quick. Your
Yeah.
screen went black on stream.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Did I close the?
There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
Thank
never
you.
mind.
Is it
There we
back?
go. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah,
We're back.
all right,
We're back.
here. Yeah,
So back.
I just wanted to say and get your guys' thoughts where the end of the season shakeup was, and I'll let you go from there.
Who you starting with?
I'm muted. God damn it.
Well,
There you
LW, it sounds like he wants to yap, so.
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. Well, I mean, we started out the season pretty bad. We lost like 4 games in a row and we lost 2 in a row to, it was H4K and Greenhouse, games we really probably shouldn't have lost early in the season. And then we lost to HR and BS, both good teams. They were close games.
Mhm.
And then we started making some roster changes and switching shit up. And then we won the last 5 in a row.
Yeah, that's huge.
So I can't really complain about that. Our round differential is fucking terrible. We only barely went over positive in the last game because we stomped DRG. But, I mean, aside from that, I can't really complain. I think our first round matchup with BS, I think, is going to be a nice challenge. They're a good team. But I think we out-strategy them. I think they're all aim, no brain, pug stars. And I think we win that.
See, this is the narrative that there's been pushed the whole season, is that BS is a 5-man death ball comp, and I'm glad you said that, LW, because obviously we have Pleasemore here who's calling, and Pleasemore.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I
No,
like the aggressive style,
no.
but I just think Verx's calling style and our play style is a good counter to that.
Holy glaze, dude.
Dude,
Say
we have the
something
better
bad about
Canadian, bro.
Verx.
He's my IGL, man.
Oh.
I'm his.
This guy's
I
acting
won't
like
say it.
Verx is like Batman with prep. Like, that's ridiculous to say.
He is Batman with prep,
I'm pretty
man.
sure we slammed you guys like 13-6, and that's all I'm going to say. Pleasemore, what do you take of that comment there, that you guys are a Pugstar team, no strategy?
I'm gonna fuck your face.
Let's go.
Dude, that's
No.
metal as shit, dude.
Hey, I
okay,
just
you know,
I don't want it to be known. We have the better Canadian, all right?
Whoa, hey,
That is
listen.
true. We do
All right,
have the
guys.
best
I
Canadian.
think we have the best Canadian in Binu on our team. So
Dude,
Uh,
Bino, can you tell Binu to stop playing the same side on CT? He sits in the same spot, and it was pissing me off. I
do
was like,
something about
"Brother,
it. Do something.
move.
Do
He
something
would be
about
the
it.
best player in this league if he just moves spots. Binu, you got this, buddy. I believe. I'm
He
cheering
doesn't
for
need to.
Binu. Oh,
He'll throw
I
a
was
flash.
such an inferno.
He'll throw
no,
a
that's
flash
the
you've
thing.
never
He's
seen
so
before,
good.
and then
He's so good that he doesn't need to be unpredictable.
Dude, there is some. I learned tech off him actually on Inferno. He's threw a sick molly that I didn't even know was possible, and I was like, yoink, yoink. That's mine now. He's a great player. He just needs to repo. Tell that man to repo. Oh my god, he's got this stuff.
we do not tell Bean to do anything. What he wants to do, he does.
I believe in Binu. No, but in all honesty, I don't know. Like, it's, you try and just figure out what your team is best with. You only got 5 of yous, so figure out what you're best at and just run with it. And to be honest, I'm good at running at people and just shooting them in the face. So I'm gonna run at you. I'm gonna shoot
That's
you in the
fair.
face. So hey, there we go.
You know what they say, the best strat is 5 headshots.
Hell yeah.
I should also say that the core, me, Verx, and Eclipse, we played together last season. This is our
Yeah.
second season in a row together. So all of our plays, I feel like we feel super solid, just like with everything. Nightbear's
Yeah.
a great, smart player. Calf's great too. He's the util king.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage, like kind of walking in the season knowing what everyone works with,
Yeah.
and what you're working with, and how what your weaknesses are actually. I'd say
Yeah.
trying to figure that out is the biggest thing, and then just trying to work around, because you know what? Listen, in playoffs, people are gonna play maps they're really uncomfortable with. It's just gonna happen. You can
Yeah.
only ban one map before you're forced to play one your map and then one of their map, and then you just ban out to whatever happens. So just figuring out what the weakness is and trying to roll with it is definitely the biggest thing.
So I'll pivot
You know-
here. We've got MVP candidate and new IGL for the Savannah Sav up, Dirt Slurpee here. Dirt, talk to me about your role shift with Booligan getting the boot after some controversial, I believe it was what, honeymoon honeymoon stuff happening there. So walk me through everything here.
Yeah, so about match day 6, turns out Booligan, our IGL, realized that his honeymoon starts today.
It's
And it
unbelievable.
lasts till the end of the playoffs. So it was like, holy shit, what are we gonna do here? We have to find out a new IGL. So it's natural for me because I'm an opper, so I'm used to communicating, moving around the map a lot, and I secondary call a lot on my teams in general. So it's just natural for me to take over. There's definitely some growing pains. I know last night I got a little frustrated with the boys.
Yeah.
Definitely did a little bit too much yelling and screaming. Yeah.
Speaking of last night, could you expand a little bit on the whole GTA role playing controversy that we're hearing a little bit
Thank
about?
you, Spence. Thank you.
Or about losing to OS.
GTA. I have no idea what the GTA roleplay is.
You gotta
Deco,
hear
wanna-
about it.
Deco, you
Yeah,
want to fill
dude.
us in?
Rowdy played like 14 hours of
Oh.
GTA RP and got like 3 hours of sleep before the game. It was
That-
cooked.
Yeah, I can't talk shit. I only play Counter Strike on match days too, so it.
But do you sleep beforehand?
I think I slept like 4 hours that day, so I
That's
gotta.
one better.
Yeah, you don't really have much room
Right.
to.
Yeah, just wants to play Tarkov anyway. We're cooked.
Did you follow the golden rule of 200 milligrams of caffeine per hour of sleep?
I don't know whose rule that is, bro. Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
My rule is slam as many monsters on as I need to stay awake.
Yeah,
There you
I was trying to time my sweet tea so I could stay awake for the second game.
Hey, attaboy.
Timing your sweet
love the
tea.
sweet tea.
Yeah, no. Last night it was. Deco said it best. It was like during our scrimmage. Deco was like, "Boys, the vibes are just off tonight," and like our scrimmage was horrible, and then the game obviously was even worse. It just whatever happened, just I can't explain it. It just sucked.
Can we mute Spence for the rest of the segment, by the way?
Okay.
Can we kick him out of the call?
Hey, I have 2 more slices of pizza.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
okay
that
with
guy.
Yeah, hey, we need
Oh,
to mute
thank
Spence
God,
real
dude.
quick because if you guys were to play OS again, let's say like if they make it through and you guys play them, do you see them winning or are you winning? Like obviously it's gonna be a little biased, but do you see it
mean,
as like
come
a
on.
close series or is it a 2-0? You know?
I mean, I do recall not a 2-0, but a 13-0 happening earlier in the season, or the preseason, I should say. So I was confused when the next week you guys came on and rated them a top 4 team, and I was like, this is the worst team in the whole tier. And I just saw this guy ranking them top 4, and Declan agreeing with him. I was like, this team sucks.
Whoa.
Dude,
I
But
don't
no,
remember that.
on a serious note, 3-map affair, we take it.
I mean,
I have
you guys are on our side of the bracket. Sorry, Deco, I'll let you jump in here. You're on our side of the bracket. Let's make the assumption that you guys get past that fraud watch / hard matchup of ATL, and hopefully theoretically we take down that play-in team that's going to be there. You guys destroyed us on train earlier in the season. Where do you see a 3-map affair going between us? 3 full maps or 2-0 for Sav?
And I have to look at the matchups. I'm solely focused on ATL right now, so I'm not sure how the map bans are going to turn out.
That's
But,
a PR answer, man. That's a PR answer.
Dude, I have already started a demo review like 30 minutes after last night's match. Okay,
He's just like me for real. I love it.
God, dude.
but I worked the night shift, so I was up till 5 a.m. Okay, like I put in work. So no. I know you guys are a good team. You guys have that Bader on your team, so it'll probably go 3 maps.
Yeah, I'll talk about it I'm sure we'll talk about it with the next group, but I think it's gonna be a banger matchup.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, the 4-5 matchup, these potential second round matchups, they're all gonna be pretty crazy. So I'm really excited to see how the season turned out.
I think the big matchups are going to be like obviously whichever one of ACA or Big Slime wins that, they're going to have a great matchup against
ACA?
UPS. Yeah, I mean they have 2 different like drastic different styles, like all aim and all brain versus UPS. That could go like those are going to be great matchups. I think like us versus HR, we have like a lot of heavy hitters on both teams. So like those are the big matchups that I want to see.
Yeah, I think the series with BS is going to be a really close one. I imagine it goes 2-1 for either team. But I will say, so far with our roster with Nightbear, we haven't lost a match, a scrim, any game. We're like 10-0 probably. So I think we're going to be really good in a best of 3.
Holy
I would like to see a
nightmare
team beat
glaze,
us.
jeez.
Hey, and we got Eclipse. You know, he's back on his bullshit.
He's feeling
so
himself, yeah. Me and
that's
Eclipse were
playoff
both
MVP
slumping
Eclipse. All right?
at the same time, and that's when we lost 4 games in a row. And now we're both back on our bullshit. We got Nightbear.
LW, what's the proper amount of LeBron Hennessy to perform optimally in your games?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say about 4 shots LeBronacy.
Perfect. Okay.
About
I saw that.
You got to get to the point where you're saying 8 at our ball, like every few rounds.
That's our
Well,
ball. That's our
The
ball.
last 2
ball.
games, I think LW said that like middle of the game just randomly. Like we had a thing last season where it was just like literally, you know, but you know, just like a vibe check just mid game, you know.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like, especially Eclipse, I got to keep him happy. If he's giggling, that's when he's hitting his shots.
Hey, if we're talking about ACA Glaze, you know, that's the best opera in the tier. I'll just say it now. So anybody has a problem, you know, talk to me.
For real.
Blaze,
Kenny
dude.
D.
You're-
Kenny D. Kenny D, baby.
Now you're smoking dick.
I'm smoking that Kenny D.
Kenny D's the worst opera in the
Whoa!
tier. What the fuck?
Kenny D
Whoa!
stole an Opera of the Season award from me one time when I had a higher rating than him, and I'm
Kenny D
pissed
needs to
off.
switch to Hearthstone, I think.
Yo, relax. That's my guy. That's my guy. We love Kenny D.
Yo.
Hey, listen, let's pivot. We don't have a lot of time left. We're gonna go real quick. Let's go through who comes out of plans for you guys. We'll start with Pleasemore.
Okay. Let me take a look at this graphic real
Here,
quick.
wait, give me 2 seconds, brother. I'll get it.
Oh
real
yeah, I
quick.
gotta find the graphic too. Burks, will you DM it to me?
Yeah, you should just I'll post it in Gen Chat for you
Yeah,
guys to just
thanks.
take a look at it.
Thanks, Poppy.
It's probably the best way to do it.
Let me get the brain rot screen open for everyone else on stream here so they can remember. Oh wait, this is fucking Deckel's delusional list. Sorry.
Whoa. Yeah.
God
okay,
damn.
I guess I
The
could
one,
call
the
it
one that he
that.
got wrong 3 different times. We had to correct it.
Dude, I don't read.
You
I just
posted
look
or
at
am I
pictures.
blind?
It should be
I
in
got
general right now.
Okay.
I know, we just posted it.
All right. So the upper here, OS and DRG. I think as long as Porange can do Porange things, I think
Oh, that's
OS
gonna be
is gonna
kinda tough.
okay.
Yeah, who's gonna tell him, bro?
Porange has been on IR for 2 match days now, so 3 match days. Sorry.
So
it's
that's how
tough.
much I've been paying attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
see
there
the.
you go.
I need to see some hand
Yeah.
up for accountability there, please more. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
That one's on me.
Yeah.
All right, then OS is screwed. GG. Go next. And then I think H4K and Gas. You know, listen. What's with this Tony J glaze here? Okay, come on. Did anyone see what BS did to him? Just copy paste what we do, and you're good. Okay, we're good.
Nobody else has a Koga.
Nobody else has a Koga. What does that mean? Let's deep dive into this one.
We're gonna pull up the demo from last match or from last night.
Dude, unironically, last night's match, I was like, I'm gonna just play this match. We're just gonna have a fun, good, jolly old time. Probably the most tilting match I've ever played in my life. Craziest. Listen, the experiment, it worked. We're good. We're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Gas over H4K. And then from there, Gas and DRG.
It's Gas and
DRG.
OS.
Is it Gas and OS?
Well,
Yeah, the winner of 7-8 makes playoffs, and then the loser plays the winner of Gas and H4K.
I think I want Gas to rise up top. I want it to happen. I want it to happen. Okay.
It's a man of the
And you
people.
know what? Here, I'm going to call this right now. I love an underdog story. Sure, ACA can beat us. Yep, that's fine. That's fine with me. You ever heard of a little Latvia versus Team Canada in World Juniors? Yeah,
So how's
ACA can
that?
beat us. It's fine. It's fine. The Canadians will get it.
That's
Jokes. We'll see
unbelievable.
you later.
I wish you hadn't brought it up, but
Dirt, what are you thinking, brother?
I think in a best of 1, DRG takes that first matchup, and then I mean Gas is winning the whole thing, so they obviously make it through the plans.
All right, yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
All
LW.
right, honestly, yeah, looking at it, I mean, we shit on DRG. I don't have any faith in them. So I think OS beats them. Gas beats H4K. I think, and then Gas beats DRG and then goes to the finals.
Okay.
Huge.
Gas stocks to the moon. Gas stocks to the moon. All right, boys.
They lose to us in the finals, but
Okay.
Oh wait,
okay.
wait, is that the Penguin Flops team?
That is the Penguin
Yeah.
Flops.
Yes.
Oh, that wait, then I change H4K wins the.
Fellas, thank you for coming on. If you stick around for the till the end, we'll talk again. But
All right, who's your winner for the tier?
yeah,
We'll
Real
start
quick.
with Please More again.
They're all going to pick themselves.
If it's not you, then who? We'll do that. We'll do that a little
If
segment.
it's not you, then who? I think as long as UPS can keep their shit together, they're looking pretty good.
Real and true.
Respectable.
Please
That's a PR answer.
yeah, seriously.
Dirt, who you got?
If it's not us, BS was the best team we faced, so I'll choose them.
I mean, I'm looking at everyone else, and everyone else is split. I think we're just clear favorites. I don't know.
Oh my
could
god.
Flip a coin.
Delusional. Delusional.
Maybe-
I got generational
I think
beef with that
HR.
org.
I think HR.
Season
maybe.
13, I'm still on it.
I think HR maybe could pull off a finals run.
Okay.
Respectable.
I appreciate the glaze there, LW. Thank you.
No problem. I gotta rep my team.
All right, fellas. Appreciate it. Once again, we'll pull the other guys in, and then we might talk to you later. All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Are you dragging this?
Get them the hell
Sounds
out of
forever.
here. I gotta swap my
Fuck
stuff
those
back
guys.
here.
That was perfect glaze. That's
Yeah,
exactly
dude.
what I wanted from
An
Love
LW.
it.
an insane amount of glaze. I appreciate it. All right, next group we're
Exactly
doing.
what I wanted.
What do we got? First seed, second seed, and sixth seed. So the three best teams in the tier. We'll get them in
Except Cybo.
here. Where's Worries at? And then how? There we go. Fellas.
Hello, hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Fellas.
Oh,
We got the cybernetic hog in here. You know.
bro, what's
I
up
love
with
it.
us using his full legal name, by the way?
The
Like,
full guppy.
full, yeah,
Full
first,
guppy.
middle, and last.
Well, I mean, we call Rich Richard Currency all the time.
That's true.
So
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
You know, since you start yapping, I want to start with you, Worries. What's up with this little fall from glory here? You know, losing the last 3 in a row. Obviously,
No,
2 with you and 1 without you. You know.
not much, honestly. Just we lost far too many 1v1 or like 1v1 situations post plans against DRG. So probably we're just a shit team, honestly, at this point. Bro, we've fallen off. Like, we're gonna lose to H4K somehow. Like, I don't know if that's possible. We're just gonna lose, apparently. But no, on all jokes, I was gone for a few weeks. We got unfortunate in 2 of our matches, DRG and ACA. Probably would have not lost them if on most normal days. They're pretty bad teams. Like, I don't know what to say. ATL, I gotta give ATL their props. They play a very unique style where it's hard when you haven't played against that type of style to go in there, not warmed up, kind of going into completely different style of the match before, and be ready to face it. So, past that, I still think we're the best team.
All right, I'm gonna have you rank those 3 teams since you lost to all 3.
All 3? DRG's bottom. I think DRG is possibly one of the worst teams going into the play-ins. I think that they'll just bottom out. I'm gonna be honest. I think Rosé's firepower is good and all, but the team's not a team. It's just individuals and Rosé. So
Just Rosé and friends.
yeah, basically, so it'd probably go ATL, ACA, and then DRG.
Crazy. You know,
Yeah.
especially considering that I own you. But let's move on.
Oh no, you don't own me, man. Don't get
Alright.
this mistaken. You don't own me. You
I
didn't
own
play
you.
me.
Never
You didn't
lost.
play me.
Never lost. We'll pivot a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll touch back on that a little bit later, right? But
Okay,
Hal,
okay.
how you doing, Hal? I don't think I've
You
ever
know,
spoke to you before.
I
So,
I don't think I have. I don't think I've had the pleasure.
respect. You know, I'm happy to have all three of you on here. Cybo, I'm gonna end with you so you can hold your thoughts because I know you can yap.
I see.
How was the end of the season for you? How?
You know what? Honestly, pretty good. You know, we had a couple rough losses there. One against UPS with it was all Kenny D cutting out Wi-Fi. That's my cope. Rich Money, also my primary shooter right there, had a great match last night as well. He wasn't he wasn't there, so you know what, a little bit of copium there. But you know what, we had a pretty good closing out, being able to close out GRN, which no offense to them, not a crazy team, but able to close that out and then pulling in a win against BS. Gave us the second seed, of course, with Sav losing. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty good.
Hey, there's one thing about this, and I wanted Cybo in this because him and ATL have beat both of you. Now, if you guys didn't lose to ATL, you would have had the 1 seed. I just want you to
Yeah.
think about that. But a big win last night because you guys were down. I think it was like 7-5 at half, if I remember that right. Felt like the
Yeah,
end of the game.
7-5.
I don't know. That was crazy. I saw a couple clips from the Poga stream of Eric raging a little bit. So
Yeah, no, there's some great Eric clips there. Raging out. There's one when Kenny just walked out Tetris, killed him on Palace, and he started screaming at his whole team. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, no. It was a great match. If you want to look, I think it's round 3 or 4. One of their guys just leaps through the market window, flying 1 Deegs me, ends up winning the round. That was bullshit, but no, we still brought it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somehow
I mean-
I'll interject here. Somehow we fucking won with me going 2-11 on a T side. Like, I don't even know how it's fucking possible. It's a group firepower there.
Yeah, hey, don't worry. I was 3 kills there. All right.
Yeah.
okay, I mean, everybody here had a chance at the 1 seed, but UPS held that. So everybody has their
Yeah.
moments of choking, but it all worked out in the end.
Unfortunately.
Bracket wise, you and ATL are across from each other. So if you guys just win your games, and then you get a nice little rematch there. So
That would be
you
nice.
can hold out for that. How?
I think we just had a bad showing there against them. Warriors obviously is going to lose first round. I don't expect anything less than that or anything more. So I'm looking forward to finding somebody else on that other half. Anybody but UPS.
Anybody but UPS is a statement.
Yeah, anybody but UPS.
Seems like everybody wants them to lose. Now, I respect Warriors, but I don't respect him putting ATL above us and his little ranking that he did. Because,
Well,
his little vacation probably got to him. He wasn't able to respect the shit something, but it's okay.
I got time to collect my thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm right.
that's okay. I mean, you could think a little bit, but do some more. Cybo, how are you?
Sup, yo? I'm doing pretty nice. You?
I'm okay. I'll start off with you. I'll say, do you have any hot take? Because you beat both of these teams, so
Ooh.
you had a chance at the 1 seed. Obviously you guys couldn't pull that out, but
Oh, I gotta
at the end
say, I
of the
think
day,
my biggest hot take has got to be that everybody seems to think gas is good. They're not. So
That's what I'm saying.
we'll have to see what up there.
Bro, I will not
What
condone
is
the
it?
gas hate. My boy's Nick is on that team. He's about a sweep to the grand finals.
Counterpoint: Penguin is also on that team.
It's like unstoppable force meets immovable object, but like Penguin's an anchor, So you're not really going anywhere.
My big problem with it is that they were full pug stack, right? My boys weren't aiming very well, so I think it was majorly the loss was on us. And then next match day, they beat Green, which isn't too impressive of a victory over some of the other teams. So I think they're unproven. They need to have a good, solid, both teams playing well matchup for me to sway.
Well, I mean, you go back to the gas matchup versus you guys. It was literally you against everybody else. You know, like you have almost 50 more ADR than the next closest person on your. So
Happens, sometimes your boys ain't having a good aim day. So, but that's not going to really happen in a best of 3. Best of 3, we might drop 1 to that. Guess what? That's the first time that it happened the entire season. So, who knows what's going to happen? Me beating up Sav,
Oh,
you beating up
okay.
Sav, that's crazy take. We believe in that much.
I'm a big advocate of believing in yourself, man.
We'll see.
I
We'll see how it
respect
goes.
that.
Couldn't have 1v4'd in grand finals without believing in yourself.
That's true, man.
I forgot
mean,
there
Or
was
imagine
does
if we
that
didn't
moment still
believe.
haunt you? Or
What?
Worry, does that moment still haunt you?
I'm cursed on that fucking map, bro. It happened again against fucking DRG where someone just pulls out a miraculous 1v3 clutch by spamming through smoke and just getting a random double shot or double headshot kills through the smoke to win them the fucking round. And if one of us just decided to stick the goddamn plant, we'd have won the goddamn round, winning the game. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I don't know. I think this is exactly what this podcast is for, is to get you started on that.
No, you don't want to get me fucking started.
Do it, Verks.
Oh, unlucky. I think he just went to the bathroom right then.
Fuck that guy.
Unfortunately, all
How
I gotta say to that
unprofessional.
war is probably a skill issue, honestly.
Agreed.
Bro.
Yeah.
Meet us in the bro, meet us in the fucking playoffs. I want to show you what's happening. I will show you what's happening.
So,
You will
Warriors,
catch these hands.
Warriors, when you get tilted, since you play on like a dresser, do you
Yes.
like open and shut the drawer really fast, or do you give
No,
it a good
no,
desk
no.
slam, or like what do?
I have a special type of tilting.
Okay.
I don't hit and slam stuff.
Slurs.
I get really depressed. I don't go up in rage. I go down in rage to the point that it just goes into depression. And I start just like sighing a lot, and I'm just like, it's okay, guys. It happens.
The energy just drops up under you.
Yeah, like I'm not upset. My energy doesn't go up. I'm just sad. That's my tilting, and so
Okay.
I don't close the and like open the doors and all that stuff. I do. I don't do it very loudly. I just do it very softly since I don't have a lot of energy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Don't.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Me talking about my depression.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got you. I'll be your therapist. Don't worry.
Okay.
I don't know.
How
I
much do you
think
charge?
Birch might have some ulterior motives there.
Well, it doesn't matter. Verx is not winning. Like he's getting bounced first round.
First
time he plays.
Oh.
First time he
round?
plays.
Wow.
First time he
Okay.
plays, he gets bounced.
So
man.
Warriors has BS over Aka there. Maybe a good maybe a
I
good pivot.
think I
Yeah.
don't think that Verx is ready for the complete death ball of the century, where just 5 people just rush out through mini door on Nuke and absolutely just run him down, and you're just like, why the fuck are these idiots doing this? They make no sense, but it's working because there's just too many goddamn guns on the other side. Like I
I can
remember
respect losing a BS, but there's one thing that'll stay the same. Is if we make it, you better make it because we are beating.
Oh no, you're not beating us. I don't think
Oh
you're
no,
making it. I
no,
think you can
it's
say all
dead
that, but you're not
serious
making it,
convo right
man.
there.
You
We're gonna
getting
beat you.
bounced. You getting bounced, man. I don't
It's
know
not
what to tell
happening.
you. Oh, 100%'s happening.
Nah.
My
Can I
magic
gamble
8
on
ball.
this?
My magic 8 ball is telling me that you're getting bounced. I'm shaking it right now, and it's saying yes.
Nah.
You're getting bounced.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You believe what you want, but we're butted on time here, so we'll go through your little bracket. Then we'll start with you since you have these little hot takes.
Okay.
So you could start with the play-in games there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go from play-ins. So I think that Rose and Friends. I have to believe in Spence. Spence beat me in the finals last season. I believe that he might be able to do something. So I think
That's
OS
different
is going
playing,
through.
brother.
Oh yeah.
Let it happen. Let it happen. He's the first one to pick OS. Let it happen.
No. He's not playing, bro.
Nutty's still
Yeah,
playing,
yeah.
but
And then,
Yeah,
then,
that
I,
is
Nutty's playing.
then I unironically think H4K is gonna beat Gas. I think H4K is gonna go on the run of the century. And then don't OS and H4K play, or is it just 8 and 7th?
It's the loser of 7 and 8 versus the winner of 9 and 10.
Okay. So, I think that Gas beats DRG, or I don't know if that's the way it works. I'm just gonna
No,
skip. Bro, I've not been focusing on the fucking playoff bracket. All I
Hey,
can
you're
say
good.
is
You're good.
all I can say is ATL is gonna beat Sav and go all the way to the finals by beating whoever's gonna come out of the 7th seed, because I don't think HR is gonna win. I
That's
think that
crazy.
I think they're a one-sided team. I think that if they get clapped, I think that if they get clapped on their was it T side that they're really good at, it's over for them.
Bro's
Pull this
picking
up real
against
quick.
all the hosts. This is, this is
Yeah.
unprecedented.
Let's
This is
pull this up here.
unprecedented.
I think ATL is gonna go all the way to the finals. Then I think that Big Slime's gonna beat ACA. We'll beat Big Slime because we're actually smart enough to say, oh, they're just gonna death ball. Let's just stack against them. I don't think that he's that smart. I don't think he's gotten to that like point yet and figuring out that they're just gonna rush you every round. And then I think we're gonna beat ATL in the finals.
interesting take.
Yeah, I'm just being
Cybo, I
honest.
figure you're okay with that. Well,
Uh,
until the end.
yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
mostly lines up with what I'm thinking, but something
right.
about that last.
So what are you thinking, Cybo? Start with the plans then.
So with plans, I'm thinking H4K over Gas. They have Lurf, who's the best player on that H4K team. And then
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
and then 7-8 is OS versus DRG. I'm hoping OS wins with all my heart. May Nutty rise up. And
Nutty K.
then we'll say I'm gonna say H4K beats DRG to go fight EPS.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And
you
then
got OS at 7, and then you have H4K is 8.
yeah.
All right, now run through them.
Okay, so I'm thinking I had a thing over, but I'm thinking UPS wins and then Academy beats BS. I just feel like Verx is gonna, study up real hard.
Holy smokes,
And then
Yeah,
HR is
for real.
probably gonna win that next game, and then of course ATL is gonna beat Sav. I'm thinking 3 overtime games was what the script said, right, Deckle?
You're really digging to me right now, Cybo. It's unbelievable.
And then ATL goes to Grands, UPS goes to Grands, and I drop 43 times in a row to win.
Wow.
This is some delusional thinking, bro. What did you smoke on before you hopped on here?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's real, factual truth.
All right. So, how do you have a possibly bracket that is not delusional?
Oh my gosh! All
Two that are
right,
bad?
so I've got a couple teams over here that I just, especially after what Warriors just said, oh man, I've been an OS hater since the beginning. Ever since Saint had put out that Chally piece about putting HR at the last 3, I think.
That's my goat.
Man, that lit us up, and yeah, 13-2, I think, right, on that Mirage game, something like that. But I have DRG definitely beating OS. They're gonna go to the number 7 seed. Gotta root for my boy Nick beating H4K, so Gas takes that, and then Gas beats OS as well to take the number 8 seed. Starting at the bottom there, Sav versus ATL. I think my big upset would definitely be ATL taking over Sav. Sorry, Deckle, but
Bro.
I think there's got to be an upset somewhere. Well, I'm gonna make 2 upsets actually. HR versus what would it be? DRG. I think that's an easy one. I have
2-0.
ACA definitely 2-0. ACA taking over BS after last night. BS, they're not looking as strong as I thought they did. Verks just got to keep glazing. Big man Verks, he'll take him out. And then just because of what Warriors was just saying, dude, Gas is gonna go all the way. Gas is going all the way,
Let's go.
destroying UPS. UPS ain't gonna be doing nothing in the might of Chance, Gas.
Bro, you better have Gas going all
Naked.
the way at this point.
And then I have obviously HR taking out ATL down there at the bottom. Gas, I don't think they can get past ACA though. So it'll be a grand final of HR versus ACA, and obviously, I'm sorry, I gotta take my boys, taking it all the way home.
That's right. That's not delusional, baby. That's the truth.
All right.
That's the truth.
All right,
No way.
so we're pushing time, but you know, I like the little segment. Worries, if not you, then who? Winning the championship.
I don't want to say the name. I don't want to
Alright, say the
say
name.
any of these names. I'm what?
Gotta be
It would
OS.
have to. No,
BB.
no, I think.
LEC.
No, I'm trying to keep myself in control here. What's
Oh, wet? You got wet winning?
No, I have to say ACA.
Oh.
I think whoever beats us is gonna win everything, bro. I don't think that. I think they're gonna have to go against the best team. If they go against the best team and beat us, they're the best team next. Their next one's up.
All right.
Take the crown.
Okay. Tybo?
Well, I think that it's going to be Sav if we don't make it.
Look that trade just hit your account, Cybo. There you go.
Ooh, thank you very much, man.
Yeah, you got it.
Jesus Christ. Did we hear a little bit of your internet going out there? You know, I think it's still haunting you. Maybe a few
I might
packets that are being
disconnect.
sent on Tuesday already starting
I
right
might
now.
disconnect that Ethernet cable. Who knows? Depends how much I see in my wallet.
Bro, I'll cut those wires, Cybo.
I got an extra
Okay.
knife that's calling your name.
Okay, Hal, what you got?
I'm honestly thinking ACA out here. I would put Sav, but I think ATL wholeheartedly is gonna take Sav down 2-0. So definitely ACA.
I like it. You know, ball. I respect you, Hal. You're a ball enjoyer. You know,
What are you trying to say?
he knows ball.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Nothing
Alright.
else.
I appreciate you guys coming on. We'll move on to the next segment. If you stick around, we'll do the chaos thing at the end. But appreciate it, everyone.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
I gotta drag you guys. Hang on.
Jeez.
The hell out of here.
Jesus.
All right, let's get them
Christ.
on. Now we got the
this
play-ins,
is what I'm-
baby. We got the play-ins.
This is what we've been
This
waiting
is
All
what
right,
we
now
love to
this will be
see.
good.
I hope you guys know I have absolutely no serious questions.
I-
Only
It's
teams.
fine.
Hey, that's okay. You start digging in them, you're good.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hello?
Yes, Jay.
All right.
Hello?
What is
Hello,
going on?
hello.
Play-in, boys. Tomorrow's
I've
a
been
big
hearing a
night
lot of
for
shit I don't
all
like.
of you. Yes, now is your time to rebut it and talk even more shit. We've got, is it Quang or Kwang?
It's Quang.
Quang. We got TJ.
No, no, no.
We got
Say
Go on. Hey, use the name.
Jet
Drop the full
Ski.
gubby.
What'd you say?
Jet Ski?
Nah.
Fuck.
Try again.
However the fuck you say that. We got Nick and we got Rose from DRG finally.
Hello.
How's it going, boys? Big night for you guys tomorrow. I want to start with you, TJ. So you have a winning record since you benched Spence. Why was he the problem? What about him was just so bad that you guys were struggling so hard?
Well, you see, it's only natural to hate your GM, no matter who they are. So
Okay.
no, we felt very confused on our T sides. If you couldn't tell from how poorly we did from them, I think over the course of like 5 or 6 maps, we got like 7 T rounds. Yeah, it wasn't good. And then Spence fixed the problem by throwing his computer into a bathtub. So we didn't even have to cut him; he cut himself.
Awesome. And how's Moses slotting in? I know he's a bit of a controversial pickup.
I actually think Moses and both Nutty as well are both really, really good pickups. I've pugged with Moses a lot outside of CSC, and
Mhm.
I think a lot of the controversy just comes from people not being willing to kind of bully him into what you want him to do. You gotta hold his hand sometimes, and if you can do that, he's a really, really good player to have.
Awesome. I'm gonna jump over to you, Quang. Is Tony J smurfing or is he cheating?
So he actually got banned once for cheating, and now he's smurfing off of
Oh,
that account.
okay.
Gotcha.
But really, the controversy there was the fact that we picked him up and IR'd him right away 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago at this point, or whatever it was.
I seem to remember an SSD about that.
Yeah, I looked at it and said I don't want to touch that. So
It's probably a good idea.
All those controversies and conspiracy theories that we were playing with a 6-man roster, and meanwhile he was just like, "I'm gonna be on vacation for the next 2 weeks," and we were like, "Okay, well we got a guy leaving in 2 weeks. That works."
So you're saying that all of the conspiracy theorists are wrong, and there's a good reason for it?
Officially, the conspiracy theorists are wrong.
Okay. It's so boring.
Until you get pinged in an admin ticket, it does not involve me.
I'm just saying, if I get pinged in an admin ticket, we're still fine because I'm technically just the AGM. All right. Dives will stay in the league.
Just claim ignorance. That works usually for me.
Dives the GM. Everything goes through him. I swear.
So you guys were last for most of the season, and then made some roster moves and turned it around. What do you think the team's doing a lot better than they were, while you guys were kind of on a bit of a slide?
Well, the whole story is we just constructed the roster really, really poorly to start, and the whole front office, quote unquote, will take the hit for that. Because what happened was we are a franchise that loves taking risks on new players. All right, and this is gonna sound like an excuse, but Challenger this season is like 99% returning players. People, so like we came into the season looking to just cobble together as much firepower as we could, and that meant we cut 2 IGLs in preseason. One because of MMR issues, one because of vibes issues. And we really underestimated how much direction the team kind of was lacking at that point. We thought they could kind of handle themselves. Didn't turn out that way. So like, basically we spent like the better part of 3 or 4 weeks just trying to work out chemistry and vibes issues. And it just never materialized. And so we brought in, Tony J and Lurf, who subbed for us a couple times. We brought in Clues just to upgrade the firepower, and now we're just here to vibe out and pug it out.
Hell yeah. Moving on to you, Nick. Obviously, Gas kind of went through a rebuild as well. How do you plan on keeping Penguin Flops from tilting off the face of the planet?
He's already tilting a lot less. Let's just say that.
Huge.
It's a huge improvement. I will say that he bought an Ethernet adapter apparently. I don't know how that works. I don't think that will actually fix some of the Wi-Fi issues. but okay, here's the other thing. He bought a new computer apparently.
Sounds like cyber.
With like fans in it. I think they work, like they're functional fans now, and so like he's getting like so many more frames. He's a beast in the retakes. So yeah, that's my take there. I think having an IGL that is calling things makes a big difference, which we didn't have days ago. So yeah, you want to talk about team rebuild? Like any preconceived notions you guys have about Gas are completely wrong unless you played us in the last week. So
are you leaking now that you guys are just keeping Tuggle over and over, just keep plugging them in?
is that like leaked? You didn't know that? I mean,
nobody knew that. We just saw the transaction for last
I think
game,
it was.
so.
I don't think it was public knowledge yet.
Yeah, I think on Sunday you told us that there was something in the works that you were under NDA for.
I just assumed that one of the rats in this voice call would have leaked it. So it's out there, but
I mean, like we know.
You're probably right.
But I mean, Dinger's not able to play, so
We got Tuggle. Tuggle's amazing.
Honestly, huge addition for y'all.
Massive, yeah. Like, no offense to some of the IGLs on this call, but the guy frags out. He's in control. He's calming. He's calling stuff. He's looking at the mini map, and still able to shoot. So huge.
Awesome. Well,
Back to Tuggle for that.
finally we got Rose. Rose, we've been trying to get you on here for the longest time, but you're finally here.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Damn.
What has gone so right for you this season? Is it Pyro just setting you up really well, or the optimal concoction of Woodford and the pen for Bear Shark? What is allowing you to frag so well?
Oh well, I will say thank you to my team for always setting me up and tossing me the op. You're missing the third piece of the pyramid for Bear Shark there. That's cigarettes. And that's probably that's probably the foundation of the pyramid as well. So shout out to Marlboro as well. I don't know who the sponsors of the podcast are, but Marlboro, come on.
Shout out Marlboro.
We can reach out. We can reach out.
Philip Morris, come on.
Yeah.
I will smoke on stream.
Me too, 100%.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
a
I
camo
don't
black
think anything
unfiltered
like
guy, so.
Oh, oh gosh.
So did he have a couple between the game of UPS and us last night, or?
Absolutely. I don't know if you noticed when you do the bands, he'll always be the last to ready up, and it's because he's ripping a dart. But earlier someone mentioned our his 1v3 clutch he had the other night, and they were talking about how if just that one round had gone differently, the whole game would have been different. I just thought that was comical because from our point of view, I mean, he put up a clip, man. And sometimes when a guy like that with the plot armor he has, it's just unstoppable.
That's true. That's very true. All right, so you guys all play against each other on Thursday. I know we're all going to be watching.
That's crazy. He just skips over TJ.
What? We started with TJ.
Oh no, we did. Oh, never mind.
Dude, stop watching your brain rot, dude. He's watching his own brain rot.
I'm pulling a rowdy, bro.
Attention.
I'm pulling a rowdy.
For real, dude. All right, so each of you, I want to figure out what is one of the teams of you four that you wouldn't want to play. That's not yourself. Who is the best one out of this group? Can't be you. Let's start with TJ.
I honestly think we have a good matchup here. I really like the DRG team. I think out of them, Gas and H4K, I think they can just outplay both of the other two, to be honest. Like, I know he got Tony J, who's just fragging out of his mind, but you can't just win a 1v5 every time.
That's true, unless it's not. What do you think, Wang?
I mean, you look at the stats. Tony J's putting up numbers that means he can just 1v5 every time. He pretty much 1v5 last game, and like basically since he's played for us, because he subbed for us earlier in the season, he's just put up astronomical numbers. Nobody in the tier is going to stop that.
Very true.
Are you saying that that's going to carry you guys all the way to finals, or is that your hot take?
I don't know if I'm feeling that spicy, but he's going to carry us into the playoffs out of the
Commit
play-ins.
to it. Stick to it. Call your
We'll
shot.
see. I gotta study the bracket a little bit more before I can stick to it.
All right, let's move to somebody with balls. What do you think, Nick?
Like, who's a good team, or
Who do you not want to play in the play-in?
I don't care. We play UPS tomorrow. It's over.
Oh, you mean your season?
This guy's a gamer.
The game's over. Like, let's see. OS, we played them on Nuke yesterday. I was hitting 1-digs through smoke on whoever that was in Big Garage like 3 times in the game. Easy win. DRG.
Didn't y'all lose that
DRG
scrim?
beat. I think so, but
14-10 if I remember correctly.
Cut that.
Here's the thing with the scrims. When we scrim, we try things over and over again that we wouldn't be doing in a in a regular match because you're scrimming to adjust. But anyways, DRG beat us pretty badly when we did not have the full final team. So let's just say I'm looking forward to beating them in the next round of play-ins. Thursday, what is that, tomorrow evening? So catch that on stream.
Sweet.
Rose, do you think it's a walk in the park for you guys, or is there one of
I
these
think of
teams you
the
don't want to
play-ins,
play?
us and OS are definitely coming out of it. I think Gas and H4K are kind of cheeks, but I mean, I think we win the first one. I think OS beats the winner of probably the Tony J and Friends company.
Rose, I just want to ask you because I'm not sure if you knew, but if you guys beat us, you would have had a pretty good chance of just making playoffs instead of being in play-in. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I absolutely did not know that.
Okay, I was kind of wondering because like we got probably almost all the way through the first half, and I was like, do they even care about this game? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, it's just one of those ones that just did not go, and like every single thing was going the wrong way, and snowballs, and that's how best of ones can really go. So, I like I said, I'm confident about the play-ins, but also best of ones is anything can happen. That's the fun.
Awesome. Any of you boys have any other questions for our guests?
I mean, I loved hearing Rose there, just like straight up with his chest. He's like, I think everyone else's cheeks. I'm a DRG truther coming out of play-ins here with the 7th seed. So Rose, I'm excited to see you in the server finally on what is that, Tuesday or whatever when we play. So fingers crossed at least. Because at least
appreciate it, Richard Money.
yeah, dude, thanks, man. Listen, it's gonna be a 2-0 regardless, but like you guys will win 14 rounds combined between the two games. I think the rest of these
That's
teams
that's
is
a
like
that's
10.
a whole map.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get somewhere in that range. So, but it's awesome having you guys. Anyone want to take an if not you who for the overall championship here?
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you guys were gonna go the distance. I think Young Boy is a nice player. Yeah, you guys are my pick.
All right, appreciate that, Rose. Quang,
I'll
what are you
go
thinking, bro?
Yeah.
Sorry, TJ.
I'm gonna
fucking shut down. All right.
No, get in there, TJ. Get in there, TJ.
Honestly,
All right, going full out with it.
Yeah.
If it's not OS, which it's going to be, I honestly think HR. I do. I would agree. I'm just impressed with how that team has played overall through all their matches. So
it's my guy, TJ. See, I knew you were a real one even back when Spence tried me out and we played and we lost every pug that we ever played. So I was like, this TJ guy is sick, dude. All right, Quang, now your turn.
TJ, he doesn't say that in our host channels.
Oh no,
honestly,
he doesn't mean it.
I'm gonna go Aka. I like how balanced they are as a team. I like how they've been performing. But really, the real answer is anyone but UPS.
Yes, sir. Anyone
Yeah,
but
baby.
UPS
There you
is
go.
the right
Anyone
answer.
We can all agree with
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Fuck UPS, dude.
There you go.
How'd they get the #1 seed? We just gave them the work the other night.
It's Kigu Black Magic, I'm telling you. If anything,
Yeah.
fuck Kigu. So
Agreed.
I'm
Fuck
pretty
you.
sure Kigu rigs the league. So
it's gotta. All right, Nick. If
Second
not
guy
you,
to
who?
say that.
If not Gas, I can't say the team that traded me. Sorry. I gotta go HR.
Tim.
I think How's an unbelievable caller. I played with him in Contender. We had so many games where How would just mind read the other team and would just be like, "Now let's just gamble on this site," and then they would just walk into that site and we'd win the round. I think HR is looking really good.
Dude.
I think the final is going to be Gas HR. It's going to be a 50-50 on Penguin
Crazy.
Flop's internet. So I can't call that. So that's
Penguin
it.
Gas wins map 1. Penguin Flop's internet dies. Needs a sub for 2 and 3, and HR wins it.
Maybe, or we just win the 4v5. Like I'm fine with that too.
Absolute cinema.
I'll
It
turn
would
the
be
other
cinema.
half of my monitor on because usually I just have the other half like blacked out to make it
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
What half do you have? Do you split like left and right? Do you have top and bottom? Do you have it like checkered where it's like half that way? How do you have it blacked out?
It's basically like the width of a phone with black bars on either side.
Gotcha.
So it keeps my attention span.
So if
So
you
it's
watch
basically what I
Subway-
have in my face cam right now.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like
Yeah.
Subway Surfers right in the middle there. He's not actually looking at the screen. It's just Subway Surfers.
Yes.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. All the playing teams think HR is going to win. I think that adds to a bunch of the other people in the call here. So I appreciate the sentiment, fellas. I'm rooting for all of you. But yeah, I think we're pushing up on the end of this one. What we're going to do is we'll probably actually drag literally everybody into the call. We'll do a big thank you. And then we'll let people shit talk for like 5 minutes and shit. So, yeah. All right, prepare your ears, guys.
I'm so ready.
Can I get some cross-tier shit talk going?
There we go. Bring him in.
That's
Bring
my
him
goat,
in.
Nick. That's my goat, Nick.
Go for it, Raw.
Yo.
That's my goat.
Yeah, go for it, Raw.
Yeah, what's up,
You're
Rob?
so toxic. I actually want me to get this guy kicked off? What the
You
hell?
know what has to be done.
Hell yeah.
Bro,
it.
so many losers in this call, bro. Everyone's losing. Bro.
What the hell?
Worries, dude.
I'm just saying I'm just
really
saying
tame.
I'm just gonna say there's one winner in this call, and I think it's gonna be me.
Worries.
No, I think there's two winners in this call. It's Verx
And it's
Aldo.
me and Cybo. For winning last season. Over all of you.
Yo,
Let's think
Cybo, I
about
just threw up in my mouth. You are not winning.
Hey Spence, I never got that Venmo for giving you the UPS playbook last finals.
I didn't need it. I think you sent it to the wrong Spence. Like there's a
Yeah.
miscommunication with
I
like
have
the
a,
emails and everything.
It was
But
Spence.
I remember
I have a
you
pretty
sending
fun
that.
strat. I have a pretty fun stat that I would like some opinions on if you guys are down to listen.
hit us.
Yeah, for sure.
So, being that I have plenty of free time with the 2-9 situation bottom of the fucking standings,
Of course.
I want to
that.
talk about top 5 teams, right? Because we all know that the play-ins, great, Tony J and friends, it might happen, but who really gives a shit? Let's talk about the top 5 teams here real quick.
So real.
And as an AWP being IGL, I got to look at the AWP because it's such an impactful thing, right? It's a little difficult in CS2, but I think if you can utilize it, it's very important. So I got some stats here. So bear in mind, we have Freya and Dirt who are doing very well, right? Statistically, great, awesome. Who gives a fuck? They're playing against fucking plumbers and shit, right? So let's look at who they play against in the top 5. Dirt, you're going to love this. Freya against top 5 teams has a .93 rating.
Damn.
Dirt against top 5 teams has a 1.29 rating.
He's cheating.
This guy's better against top 5 teams than he is against my dog shit team, which is pretty impressive.
Kenny just running at him.
I think Kenny's got to step it up. Kenny does have the lowest, but that team, if Kenny can pick it up just a little bit, I think HR runs it the whole way home. And a little bit of fun here is that
Why be stealing the kills?
Eclipse is a 1.04 against top 5 teams, and he's on the up and up. So I think we'll see a big exposed UPS. Everyone wants to see it. That team's absolutely garbage. They almost lost to us the first game of the season, and we're fucking
Valorant players.
Season 14 contend the AVI?
Alright, real quick.
What's
quick.
What's Lizzie's? That's
Bro,
my only
okay.
response.
Fuck UPS. The only thing that's close with UPS is TSC and Greenhouse both lose, or all 3 of them losing the last 3 games.
Seriously.
All of them.
I mean, that is pretty
Yeah,
embarrassing.
you guys have Kigu, so like it doesn't
may
even
have the first seed, but you guys
I
have
cannot wait to give
negative cultural impact.
L to ass. Y'all
So I
are
mean,
all
I
losing.
do want to say, guys, right? Let's talk about that. Is Freya with a .93 against top 5 teams? I don't even want to look up what Warriors has against the fucking top 5 teams. I mean, that guy's bottom fragging so hard, his whole team's dragging him across the fucking finish line in the playoffs.
No, you're wrong.
Man.
I'm putting up generational performances. I'm feeding
You're
villages
wrong.
out here.
Hey, speaking about generational performances, we gave Freya the worst game of the so.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
Dirt with a
really thank him
1.29
later.
can't be ignored. I think if Dirt continues to play well, that'll be good. And then obviously Kenny's got to do something.
I got the
Something.
Whoa! The opera.
I will say that stat is heavily skewed just by like 1 game versus ATL.
Dirt, relax. We're giving you the 1.29 because ATL is pretty good. You know,
No,
they're pretty
I'm just
good.
saying, like the rest of my
They're
stats
one
were
of
like
the
okay,
teams.
and then I had like a really good rating one match, so that
Dirt,
boosted
it doesn't
really
help
high.
my point against UPS. You gotta
Hey,
shut up. Bro.
Rich, can we get a poll up in
Wait.
on the Twitch to see who has less impact for their team, Warriors or Verks?
Buddy, do you think I have the? Do I have? Can I do that?
That's a banger
brother.
Twitch
I mean,
poll,
I think
yeah.
we know
Wait.
exactly who has the worst
It's War.
impact.
Also,
Verks! Verks by a mile, bro.
Laws, can we what's Rose's impact versus top 6 teams? I'm really curious.
That's a really good question. If I had calculated that, I could have
Yours
given it
is
to you.
like the top
let me get
flash
back to you on
power,
that.
so
Give me a
that's
sec.
gotta be
All right,
impact.
appreciate it. I feel like Rose might have Dirt beat over here.
Oh, I would assume he
No,
does.
I thought you were saying it
Bro.
was bad.
All I'm saying is that Rose lost to Freya in the 1v1 there. Freya had outperformed even
Yeah,
Rose,
but
so
Rose hit him
Whoa,
with
whoa, whoa,
a
whoa! You
dub,
mean
so.
like the just rating and the one match we played?
I'm just saying he's pulling from all these one-time data points too for like, oh, we're playing these team
Whoa,
once.
whoa,
I'm
but
I'm pulling from the same resource, man.
but
I'm just saying that
they were getting like cleanup kills
why
and
you
shit
why you
like that all
why you
game.
train why you doing excuses, man? I'm just pulling out the rating just like he is.
Sorry, I'm picking a team.
Yeah, but Rose
Because
won the
I'm
match.
because I'm
so.
also because I'm also looking at some times where Frey just absolutely just takes over a game, goes nuclear. So
Takes over a game and
against
loses.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
Frank
saying.
only
I'm just
popped off
saying
a few
against
letters.
I'm just saying HR 1.72.
Bro.
Let's look
Dude,
at this.
We got...
Oh, this was against Penguin Flops. This doesn't matter, bro. That's
That doesn't count.
oh, this one actually. Wait, shit. I'm sorry. This one's against OS too. I'm not gonna say the rating.
All right,
for this one.
not to dog on Rose. That was my point, but it's not. It's a .92, I think, against.
Oh shit, never mind.
Mm.
Never mind. Sorry. Thought it was
This would be
higher.
crazy because they still all lost. We only lost to was it ACA, which barely slid in, and ATO,
Yeah,
which
but
I think is top 5.
Warriors. Everybody else won a match in the last 3 match days.
I see. So that matters.
It does. It does. I mean, we're hot.
Bro,
going.
I'm just gonna say we're gonna be giving belt to ass to whoever meets us in the second round.
yeah.
When you lost, ready to walk the dogs again, bro.
I'm just saying.
Worry. I have the most important question here so far.
Yes.
What's gonna happen on Sunday when you come up against Moose?
Moose? Who's Moose?
In the good old VDC Grand Finals?
Oh, dude, no way.
Oh,
Dude, we've been talking about that crap.
Mute this guy. Mute this guy. Mute this guy.
No way.
Hey, Warrior's the one that plays in VDC, not me.
Bro, you're a fucking AGM. What are you talking about?
Alright, listen.
You
The
played
franchise
for-
is getting deleted next season. We're
oh
done.
wait, is UPS taking over?
Fuck no, we're just calling
What's
it
this?
quits.
Is this media committee or something? What's going on?
What the fuck?
Goodness.
Round 2?
Which one of you is going to crash out after a playoff loss?
Worry for sure.
I need to know when to expect good content.
No. I'm not gonna crash out because I'm gonna be depressed for the next 3 fucking days. The crash out will come like a week later. Where
It'll be
I'll
delayed.
just-
I mean, how?
Yeah.
Actually, wait. I've got the greatest call yet. It's gonna be LW.
No.
I mean,
just gonna crash out after losing.
I don't
to
think
BS.
I don't think we're gonna lose, but if we do lose, I'm for sure crashing out. I'm pulling a skull pack and getting myself.
I was gonna say who's skull packing it, dude.
You mean ideas?
$100 for lessons
Oh,
from Nico.
Ideas. Sorry.
Or Hiko. Same thing.
Well,
Oh yeah, can we get Hiko to sponsor the stream?
Considerably different.
All right, so let's keep this in line real
Same
quick.
thing.
You know, so let's just go down the list. Cybo, do you have anything to say to everybody else in here? Like anything for all the teams?
Anything for all the teams?
Yeah.
You know, ATL is the best team by far.
Oh, you're
So
smoking dick.
I really
No,
can't
we're not.
see us losing, and
Good
it's
job.
been a pleasure beating you all up. So thank you.
So, do you love lying through your teeth?
Couldn't even 13 TSC. Sad.
Yeah, bro, that was too genuine. You got something wrong with you.
Yeah.
7
Cyber
13
talk shit in
against
team
Yes. What's up, ATL?
Wait, can I change my preds? No, fucking Sav is beating ATL.
Yeah,
Bro,
there
just
you
for
go.
that, just for that, Sabo, just for that, you're getting like moved down like 4 or 5 like favored points. It's like a 35-65 chance now.
That easy.
Winnable.
Probably less than that, bro. It's probably a 25-75 at this point.
What?
Keeps getting easier.
Bro,
Damn, this just keeps getting
It's
lower.
easier.
the longer
All
the longer
packets that he's
this,
sending, bro.
yeah, for every day it
Give it
passes,
5 more
dude,
minutes. And...
bro, that shit's gonna go into the fucking negatives.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right.
All right,
Dirt,
let's
you
keep
got
looking.
anything to say?
Let's just also have some fun, guys.
Oh, look at this
Oh,
guy.
boo.
Get a load of this
Oh,
guy.
see this shit
Get
up
a load of
here.
this guy.
Get
Fuck
him
you.
out.
Sav up, baby. We're gonna win. We're taking this.
Sab up, sab up.
God.
You heard
Oh,
it.
my
God. Sab up.
That's
Bro.
embarrassing.
Hey, Dirt, nice
Oh.
shirt by the way. I don't know if
thank
anyone's
you.
commented on it.
Bro. It's gonna be crazy when Sav loses to OS.
Right?
It's gonna be
Wait till
absolutely
I tell you
insane.
that already happened.
That happened last night.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see it in the playoffs. I can't wait to see
Warriors
the
don't
entirety
play.
of Sav blow up.
Dude, we're not.
OS
saying
beats
do it
HR
again.
and
Nah,
Sav.
that's not
Oh,
blowing
OS is
up.
not
Nuke is
Yeah.
only one of the
Oh,
maps,
okay.
okay? There's 2 other maps we can play.
Yeah, we got
Whoa,
to
wait, whoa,
go.
whoa.
None of it's
I'm
only going to
just-
be 2
I'm
maps.
just-
OS is gonna have the greatest comeback ever. Loses 13-0 on train and preseason.
Look, we've been
Beats
running
them on train and
4v2 post
playoffs.
plants. We've been running 4v2 post plants every day for
That's
3
crazy.
hours.
Since when are y'all gonna have 4
Man.
alive rounds?
How does that help y'all win against OS?
Well, we know Rowdy's being
Those-
shot by an op in the first 15 seconds, so we
Exactly,
play
there you go.
4v5 all the time.
And then Dirt
Perfect.
Slippery over peaks and whiffs his op shot.
Yeah, and then Nutty gets
yeah.
Nutty gets 4K, and then rounds over.
Yeah.
Spence, zip it up, okay?
All right. So, Warriors, we'll get to you, brother. All right. How? Any thoughts? Anything to say? Final words.
UPS about to lose to DRG. Super duper easy. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
All right.
UPS down bad.
HR up.
YB number 1. YB number 1.
Yeah, MVP.
All right. Quang, you got anything?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. As the only one not in this tier and not playing, I think it's insane you guys let Tony J win 3 games to get into the play.
Had to do some charity work, but
I agree with
I'm
that.
just saying, he can win 3
Let's-
games. He can drag us into the plains. He can drag us to the finals.
That's not what you were saying earlier, but Laws, what you got?
2 things. I'm rooting for HR. I really am, Rich. You got to do it. Please, for the love of God, for the next 24 hours, just get Kenny in the lab. Like, just get him in the lab, man. Like,
Bro, you're gonna need to put him
get
in the lab to put Captain America in, bro.
get this man a refrag subscription.
Yeah, get him in the refrag. There's a 15-minute. He can run that shit for 24 hours. Let the guy hit 1 shot. You guys will win the whole thing. And then
That's my goat. Relax. Chill on him.
I'm pro Kenny. I'm pro Kenny. But we do want to see it. And then the other thing is, Tony. We didn't talk about this aspect, but if they get through the play-ins, it's not best of 1. I think that guy can best of 3s, has a lot more impact and able to get his team through. So, Quang, I think you guys do have a shot.
What a beast.
I like it.
Laws.
LW.
I mean, I gotta say, I think we're the most even balanced team in the tier. I see a finals run incoming as long as we don't shit the bed. Like if we don't put up stinkers, I think we just win every best of 3. I don't see us losing. I just don't see us losing 2 out of 3 against any of the other teams in the tier. It could definitely happen, but I'm confident.
Bro, I can't wait for y'all to pull it Amber Heard.
Let's go. Let's go. I almost said something that was gonna get me a strike. So Nick, what you got?
I looked up if there's a word for an 11 times increase. There is. I'm not going to say it because it sounds stupid. But I guarantee you guys do not have a player on your team that had an 11 times increase in their kills from one match to the other. And that is the trajectory of gas.
Are you talking about Chance? We got 1 kill in 1 game and then
1 to 11.
You realize 11 times 0 is still 0, right?
It was 1.
I really feel like that's harder copium than TSC.
Yeah, Nick, I don't know what kind of.
You guys are
fucking
going to need the
logic you were trying
copium
to
when
bust
we
out
beat
there.
UPS. It's going to be so funny on stream. That's
I'm
all
not.
I got.
I could see that happening. UPS are frauds.
I agree.
Total frauds. I already
Agreed.
proved in the previous podcast
like-
by
okay.
I mean, they
transitive
lost to
math
DRG,
that we
so-
I think-
beat UPS. We beat everyone up the chain.
I'll wait
Listen.
for my turn.
I think Freya is a good player, but I think Freya has such good stats because teams were letting her have good stats If you don't walk into her and play stupid, she's not gonna have a good game.
Bro, ask HR that.
Use your
Bro,
brain.
HR,
I mean, we just ran at her. Yeah.
Freya
We
was
didn't
just
walk, we
running
just
at.
ran.
Freya ran at
Bro,
HR and
do we
absolutely
gotta
gave
talk about that
HR
game?
belt to ass.
Hey, Freya
Maybe-
couldn't run at us though.
Y'all are gassing
Yeah,
up
Freya couldn't run
HR,
us down.
but
Bro, we played a
fucking-
4v5 the whole game.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Freya was still absolutely just shitting on y'all. Bro, y'all should have shot back a little bit more.
Bro,
That's
bro,
all
bro,
I'm
bro.
saying.
I'm just gonna
Dude, I
say, if
cannot
Freya
wait for you
shits
to
on
lose
you,
to
it's a bit of a skill issue.
I agree with that. All right, so please more. What you got?
Oh, I don't know. I just really hope that everyone can have good internet connections because I don't want to hear this cringe blah 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 internet blah 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 nonsense.
Cybo's
If
here.
you- Listen, if you lost, you
I
lost.
also hope
It's
that.
fine. Whatever. If we want free tips on how to beat ATL, just take them to Anubis. It's a free map for them. Just watch our demo. Kind of ran through them. Not gonna lie. Let's stop the ATL glaze. Fuck Ego.
Fuck Ego.
Yeah, fuck
Fuck
you.
Higo, baby. Fuck
I
Higo.
agree. Ra, what you got for me?
Just saying, whoever has got killed by me, you literally died by like a 70-year-old man. You guys really should think about your lives.
Great,
Sorry,
bro.
And a serious note, if anybody doesn't stay in TSC, you should pick them all up. They're all great. All right, there you go. Be nice.
Raw, I will
Roger?
say, in our
Okay.
match last week, there's a clip of me and you like running into each other in underpass. And I think both of us are staring at our mini maps, and we're on each other's screens for like a full 5 or 10 seconds.
Man, that's the fucking IGL effect, man. You just fucking stare at that thing way too much.
Oh hey, Raw, I gotta give props to that 1v3 yesterday against our team, but it just gave Tony Jason more kills afterwards, so thanks.
The second time was the problem. It was great too, because even like in the clip, there's like no time. My first thought was, who the fuck cares? It's the last round. Like I don't understand why no time matters. That's good shit.
Bro.
Only thing of the season.
Rose, what you got?
Yo, I appreciate you guys having me on the podcast. Long time listener, first time caller. So just wanted to say thanks for having me.
Thanks, Rose, man. We're
Oh,
gonna
and UPS are definite frauds.
Yes, baby.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
his camera
That's
was
right.
on.
That's right.
All right, TJ, I'll end with worries.
I just want to say thank you to Sav for telling Rowdy he shouldn't sleep before playing the game. That was a top tier moment. You guys should really try that again in playoffs.
Agreed.
He does what he wants, man. I don't know.
Or y'all should join him in the GTA roleplay.
Dude, honestly,
Yeah, you could run your own block.
I ran
What if
into
we just don't show
Legacy
up?
at 4 a.m. last night in the pug.
Christ, what are you guys doing up that late?
Degenerate.
You were probably
activities.
demo reviewing, bitch.
I was sleeping, bro.
So you could wake up and
All
demo
right.
review early.
Oh, yeah. All right, Warriors. Last but not least, brother. What you got?
Definitely.
I have
Definitely
one
least.
thing. I have one thing to ask. Can you refer to me by my full legal name in this Discord?
No,
Please,
go ahead.
Nope.
just once. Just once.
No.
Okay. Well, you guys are looking
Worth
at
a shot.
the eventual champions, so that's one
Versus
thing.
doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, it's
so.
one of us here. Probably not you.
Well,
but-
I think that HR are frauds. I think that Sav are frauds. I think that
I agree.
I think Gas and OS are actually look like probably better teams than both of them.
Let's go.
You're
Some
smoking
some
I'm
Dude.
I'm just saying that HR, they might have played a 4v5, but their star players didn't show up. What happened?
God, I
This is
cannot wait.
a disappearance case, bro. We gotta do like a
Hey, bro.
fucking.
That's just
MD
like Maxim yesterday for you guys. That's why you
That
went
is
0-3
true.
for the last 3.
That is true.
True.
I also actually showed up.
Maxim actually dropped out of All Star with that game. Poor dude.
Wait, shit, bro.
Damn.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunate for him. Anyways, well, we're winning everything. Doesn't matter whoever we go against. ACA, we'll give belt to ass. ATL, Sav, whoever beats us on the other end is going to also get belt to ass. So this is quite unfortunate for all of y'all that y'all are all going to be losers.
I can't wait until you go into that depressive state for 3 days.
Bro, I'm gonna be on my fucking Aaron Rodgers shit coming out.
I can't wait for Gas to get you out of there first round, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be unfortunate for Gas because they're a good team and all, but they aren't that good of a team. Just like Sav, just like HR, bro. ATL, I hate to say it, ATL is just gonna give everyone belt ass on that side, and I don't think HR is gonna make it through. I think HR is gonna get first rounded. So.
Listen, man.
First rounded.
Warriors,
Damn.
afterwards, just send me. Can you DM me whatever you're smoking or drinking at the current moment? Because I'd like to try that. So I appreciate that.
I think your head's in the clouds, man. I think that you just don't realize the truth. You can't see the field for the pasture. You can't see the trees for the forest.
Listen, I'm just saying. 3 match days.
Is it the other way around?
I'm pretty sure we
Warriors
have.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just speaking out my ass right now. I'm just saying whatever ridiculous takes come to the top of my head.
That's what you're here for.
I cannot. I don't want to do logic. If you go by logic, that's lame. That's like half the people here are going by logic. That's just stupid, bro. Have some fun.
I don't
with
know
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just going by logic. Sav's ass. If I'm going that way.
I've never agreed more.
Dirt, you got a rebuttal?
No, there's no rebuttal.
I see you sitting there smiling.
I mean, I'm just taking it all in. You know, we have a tough side of the bracket. We're gonna face 2 pretty good teams, and hopefully we can make the championship and face whoever makes it out of there.
Bro, have some fun with it. Be original. Come on.
All right.
Mulligan when
Why are
you
you
need
guys
him,
so
though.
scared to scrim us that you lied about having a scrim partner?
There we go.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. That's on me. I totally forgot about what the fuck's happening because
Not only did you say you had a partner, you listed a specific team that you didn't.
It was the wrong team.
With.
It was a
So I
completely
didn't reach
different
out to them.
team.
Oh man.
Damn.
Oh man. It's coming out.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Who was it? Verx that says
Yeah.
like Verx was like, "Yo, did you tell Sav like that we were streaming us?" And I looked at it. I'm like, I meant to say GRN. I'm stupid.
GRN and ACA. Those are so close.
So close.
Basically,
Very
same team
close.
at this point. Both of them are not gonna
You
make
can
it.
teach
and
them
win
how
the
to play,
thing.
but
Yeah,
you
why
can't
do you
teach
use
them.
me,
bro?
Bro, okay. I also want to say
Keep
something
your
about
head
Kigo. Kigo has not been fucking demo reviewing us for like
Prove it.
for 6 fucking weeks.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I know for a first hand he has. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Bro.
Lie. I know first hand. Lie.
Demo. No, his most recent demo review was like 4 days ago, which was the Sav game, which happened like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
But our GM doesn't even talk to us. I haven't heard from him since the preseason.
Bro, that's like Spence when I was playing for him, bro. Bro would never show up.
No, don't worry. He did it again.
And
I tried to throw a coup on Starly, but he found out.
It's not my fault. We have games on Tuesday, Thursdays, TJ. I have a job.
Bro, just tell him win faster. I don't know.
Spence, quit, get a new PC,
trying.
and then demo review for these guys all the time. Hey, listen,
For real.
we're gonna wrap it up. I said I wanted to do 80 minutes of this. We're at fucking
2
almost
hours.
2 hours. at
2
this point.
hours.
Thank you so much for the last 2 hours, you guys. It was a ton of fun. Chat, everyone, thank these guys. Good luck, everyone, in the coming weeks. Unless
Yeah,
you're playing
everybody
us.
that's playing, good luck.
Yeah, unless you're playing us, in which case I'll say fuck you guys. Prepare to get rolled. So.
All right, buddy.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
guys.
at everyone.